Whether you've just started attending religious services or have been going your whole life, the question of how much to put into the collection basket can be a tricky one. Luckily, we have the moneyologist, MarketWatch's Quentin Futrell, here to help us get it right. Quentin, thanks so much for being with us.
Pleasure.
So you had a reader write in who says he's just recently gone back to church, and he notices when the collection basket comes around, there are a lot of 20s and 50s in it, but he remembers as a kid was a lot more like 1s and 5s.
Right, and coins.
And coins, so
Right.
he's not quite sure how much he should be putting in.
Right. So that was his dilemma. There's a lot, and because it was he talked about it being a Christian church. I looked at references in the Bible, and there are a lot of Old Testament hear ye type passages.
Proclamations.
Yes, that tell you to put, to tithe, to put in 10% of your income, and you shall see a window of blessings will open for you, and
Right.
all of this. It makes it sound more promising than buying a lottery ticket, frankly, So there's a lot of passages in the Old Testament that tell you that maybe 10%. And there are churches like the Mormon Church
that are strict about that.
They're quite
correct?
strict and quite good at encouraging people to give 10%.
Right. So I know that some religious leaders will often say, give what you can, but also that phrase is very confusing. Your reader makes the point, well, I could probably give this and still get by.
Right.
Is that how much I should be giving?
Right. So I looked at what other people give, and not just in the collection plate, but there's a survey called State of the Plate. And this says that actually less than 10%, and I would say is even far much less than that, give 10% of their income. Most people do not, in fact. And those who do are like 1 in 3 of them or have no debt whatsoever. So they're in a far better financial shape.
And keep in mind, this is one form of charity, correct? I mean, a lot of people have other charities that they support outside of their religious institution.
Right, and the other way of showing your church your support is by turning up. I mean, just by standing and
That's certainly needed right now.
Right, exactly. By
Declining numbers, as we've heard.
Right.
Yes.
By singing the hymns or miming to them if you can't hit the high notes, just by being there, volunteering your time, getting involved in issues of social justice that your church supports, that you support.
Right.
These are all. It's really more about what you do when you leave the church.
Yes, and that being said, though, I do feel comfortable contributing to my church more than some other institutions because I know at least there it is usually going to the right places. It's pretty directly going to soup kitchens or directly going to the church, which I know needs the money. So.
Right, and sometimes they tell you there's a different charity each week, and some people might, when they're given the name of the charity, be encouraged to give more than they usually do.
Yes.
But there are also references in the New Testament that, it's better to, in the way you live your life is far better than, the percentage that you give. So my point to this guy was, don't judge other people by the amount that they give or don't give, and certainly don't judge yourself.
Yes, it's a personal question. You must come up with your own answer.
Right.
Quentin, thank you so much.
My pleasure.